my name is PeeJ. Let me not waste your time. Today I'll be showing you how to do the ripple dissolve transition inside of DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to be showing you two methods, one that gives you a highlight and one that doesn't. Otherwise, if you're interested in getting tools that are close to the AE tools, you can check out my All Effects pack down below. But other than that, let's get started. First off, I have my clips like this. If you don't know how to do this, go check out my AMV basics tutorial, which shows you how to do basic transitions just like this. And I'm going to do one ripple on one of them, and I'm going to be another ripple on the other one. So let's do the easy one first. Let's go to our clip over here, click it, and let's go inside of Fusion. Let's have our transition nodes that we have here. I want to click in our media in. We're going to type in shift space, and we're going to type in drip, and this is going to use for our ripple. So let's go to the very beginning. Let's keyframe this amplitude at a value of 0.15. Put that over here. Let's go to the end and make this value of 0. Go to the beginning again. Let's go to our phase, keyframe that, put that at a value of 0.75, and then let's go to the very end and put this at a value of 2.25. So now we have this nice ripple like this, and I like it because it goes just about 1.5 or 2 times. That's how I like mine over here. Don't already put your dampening up to a value of 0.2. I think it starts at a value of 0, so put that at a value of 0.2. And let's put our frequency down to a value of 5. So it's half of what was the original. And then so we have something like this. I think this looks pretty good, especially with the zoom out over here. But let's just adjust our spline graph a little bit. So let's click our drip node over here. Let's view it in our viewer. Let's go up to our spline. And then we should have this node selected. If you don't see this, you can go over to the 3 dots over here. Click the show only selected tool. And then it should show you whatever select tool you have over here. And let's go with the amplitude first. This one's going to be a little bit more wacky. So let's control F this to the space, control A to select all the keyframes, hit S to smooth it out. And I'm going to do a graph like this, and so we're going to bring it down one handle like this, and then we'll bring up this handle like that. For some reason, this is the way to do this amplitude for this, and so it gives us a nice easing way down with the strength of our drip. And let's go to phase now. Turn that on, control A, S, and then let's just do a nice graph like this. Nothing too sharp, just an out graph like this, something like this. Maybe I'll make this even shorter so we don't have too much speed at the beginning. Now we have something like that. I think that looks pretty good. We can go out of our spline, and then we just pair it with our transition like this. And it looks like a nice reaction to the zooming out like this. And what I like about using the drip node, actually, because if you actually play with the shape, for example, if let's put this to radial, you can see we have like a little bit of like turbulent displays too, which kind of looks pretty nice. And so maybe just play around with the different types of shapes if you don't want to just have the circular one. Like, I think this looks pretty cool as well. There's a bunch of different shapes over here you can combine with the frequency, and then you can just make a bunch of different things. But let's put this to circular because we have our drip like that. But unfortunately, with this drip node, we do not have a highlight control. So what we need to do is create that manually with a different method of doing our drip. And so I'll show you how to do that right now. So let's go out of our here and let's go to the second clip. We're going to go inside of Fusion for here. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated. So let's select our media in one here, type in shift space, and we'll type in displace, add it to our graph over here. We need to add a background node. So I'm just going to grab one from our toolbar over here, drag it, put that here, maybe add a little bit more space like that. Connect our background to the displace, the green input over there. Let's select our background, shift space, type in the node for color curves. We're going to add the color curves node right there, and then we're also going to add a matte control node, so shift space matte control, put that there, and then we're going to add a circle ellipse there. So let's just drag this to the side, connect that, alt drag to the matte control, make that on the garbage matte, and then we can just open this a bit so we know what's happening. And actually, let's go to the matte control, open the garbage matte, and make sure that is checked inverted there so we can see what's happening. So I'm just going to go and view our background node. I'm going to hit our background node, hit 1 on our keyboard, and then let's go to the top over here so we shows both of our viewers. On our background node, we need to go to type, change that from solid color to gradient, change the gradient type from linear to radial, and let's put this start value to be in the middle, so value of 0.5. So now that's in the middle, and let's just bring this value a little bit more in here for this, and that just shrinks our gradient map a little bit more. Let's actually change our gradient too. So we're going to click this arrow on our gradient, type in this value offset box, put the value of 0.5, so it's going to move that arrow to 0.5. So now halfway through the gradient, it's going to be white. And let's add another arrow here by clicking on the colors and drag this arrow to the end to open this up and put this to a value of black. And now let's go back down to the repeat control and put this to repeat instead of once. So now we have something that looks like this. And then let's go to the very beginning and let's keyframe our offset. We're going to start at a value of 1. And then I'm going to keyframe that again. And let's go to the end, put that at a value of 2.75 like that. So now we have something like this. actually view our displace over here so you can see what's happening, but we can't see what's happening because our displace is not ready. So let's go down to our displace, make sure that is on type of radial, and let's keyframe this at the beginning at a value of 0.4. So 0.4, keyframe it, and let's go all the way to the end and make that a value of 0 right here. We also want to go to the very beginning and keyframe this light power. Let's put this at a value of 3, and then let's put this down maybe a quarter the end and put that to a value of 0. And we're going to change our light channel from color to luma, so we can see what's happening here. And then we're going to fix this a bit. So let's go up to our color curves that we have over here. And in order to make this nice smooth gradient between these lines, let's view these color curves. We actually need to adjust this curve. So let's put this graph. So select this bottom value, put that handle over here, maybe towards the middle bottom, and the opposite for the top to the top middle. But now the ripple is going to be very nice and smooth like this. And also what we need to do is let's go to the ellipse and let's put this at a value of 0.1 with a nice and drippy like this. Now we have our drip with our little highlight here. If you don't think it's being very powerful enough, let's go and adjust our spline on our displace. Go to our spline. Let's do the refraction strength first. Control F, Control A, S, and let's do like a light graph like this as well. Nothing too crazy like that. Let's do something similar for the light power as well. Control A, S, and then bring it over here. So it's nice like this. And so now you can see highlight kind of fading out with this. Let's actually go to our background as well, offset, and let's not make this quite linear. Let's make it a little bit offset like this. And just so, I don't know. I just think that's a little bit better than before. But now we have our ripple dissolve like this. And if we pair this with the transition, you can see now we have something like that. I think it looks pretty good. Just isolate that viewer. And now we have our 2 ripple dissolve transitions like this. Yeah, that's how you do that effect. Again, if you're interested in getting my All Effects pack that brings all the AE tools to DaVinci Resolve, check that out in my website at PeeJent.com. If you're interested in other warping tutorials, go check out my time displacement tutorial because I think that's right up your alley if you like this effect. Otherwise, subscribe and have a good day.